Taurus, 97% of people who are burning with jealousy over what you just did will make a move within the next 14 days that will expose their true character. I'm not talking about subtle hints or passive-aggressive comments. I'm talking about full exposure of their jealous intentions. The cards I'm about to pull are showing me something so shocking that I literally had to pause my reading 3 times already. Everyone thinks jealousy shows up as obvious drama, but actually, the universe is revealing something far more strategic and calculated happening behind your back right now. The Fool just jumped out of my deck, and this is not about new beginnings, like everyone expects. This card is telling me about someone's foolish attempt to undermine your recent success because they cannot stand watching you level up in ways they never imagined possible. The Fool energy here represents someone making impulsive, poorly thought out decisions driven purely by envy. Within the next 2 weeks, you're going to witness this person make moves that will seem completely out of character to everyone else, but you're going to recognize exactly what's happening. The Fool is showing me that jealousy is making them reckless, making them take risks they normally wouldn't take, making them reveal parts of their personality they've kept hidden for years. But here's where it gets fascinating, Taurus. The Fool card in this position is actually protection for you. Their jealousy is going to cause them to overplay their hand, to make mistakes that expose them to everyone around you. The universe is literally using their negative emotions against them to clear them out of your path permanently. I need to tell you something right now that's going to blow your mind. The energy coming through is showing me that whatever you accomplished, whatever decision you made, whatever path you chose recently, it wasn't just a personal victory. It was a cosmic test. The universe was testing not just your readiness for the next level, but also testing who around you was truly supportive versus who was secretly competing with you. The comments are already lighting up because Taurus people know they've felt this energy shift. You've sensed the jealousy, you've noticed certain people acting different around you, and you've been wondering if you're being paranoid, but you are not. This energy is real, and it's building to something that will completely transform your social circle within the next month. The Fool energy is also revealing something about timing. This jealous person has been waiting for you to fail, waiting for you to make a mistake, waiting for an opportunity to feel superior again. But instead of failure, you've been succeeding in ways that make their waiting feel foolish and desperate. Now they're realizing they bet against the wrong person and it's eating them alive. Here's what the Fool is showing me about their psychology. They thought they had you figured out. They put you in a box, decided what you were capable of, assumed they knew your limits, and built their entire sense of self-worth on staying ahead of you. Your recent breakthrough has shattered their worldview, and now they don't know who they are if you're not the person they thought you were. Second card sliding across my table, and the energy just shifted completely. Queen of Swords just appeared. And this is giving me chills because this isn't about you being harsh or cutting people off. This is about clarity and how your newfound ability to see through people's facades is triggering massive insecurity in someone who relied on manipulation and emotional games to control situations. The Queen of Swords represents mental clarity and emotional intelligence that cuts through illusions like a laser. Taurus, you have recently developed the ability to see people's true intentions immediately, to spot manipulation before it even fully forms, and to respond to situations from a place of wisdom rather than emotion. This upgrade in your awareness is terrifying to someone who's been trying to play games with you. This card is revealing that the jealous person isn't just envious of your external success. They're absolutely panicked about your internal growth. They used to be able to push your buttons, used to be able to make you doubt yourself, used to be able to create confusion and drama that they could then position themselves as the solution to. But that version of you no longer exists. The Queen of Swords is showing me that you've learned to ask the right questions instead of just accepting what people tell you. You've learned to trust your intuition over their explanations. You've learned to observe actions instead of just listening to words. This evolution in your consciousness is making their old tactics completely ineffective, and they don't know how to handle it. But here's where this gets powerful, Taurus. The Queen of Swords isn't just about defensive clarity, it's about offensive precision. You're not just protecting yourself from their games anymore. You're able to see their next moves before they make them. You can predict their behavior patterns, anticipate their reactions, and position yourself advantageously in every interaction. Members have been messaging me about this exact phenomenon. They're describing this incredible upgrade in their ability to read people, to see through fake energy, to identify who's genuine versus who's performing. It's like someone turned on a switch and suddenly they can see the matrix of social manipulation that they were blind to before. The Queen of Swords energy is also revealing something about communication. Your words carry more weight now. When you speak, people listen differently. When you set boundaries, people respect them immediately. When you make decisions, people don't question them the way they used to. This natural authority that's developed around you is making someone absolutely sick with envy because they remember when they could influence your decisions. This jealous person is probably someone who used to give you advice that served their agenda more than your well-being. They position themselves as your mentor, your guide, your voice of reason, but really they were subtly steering you away from your full potential because your success threatened their sense of superiority. The Queen of Swords reveals that you no longer need their guidance, and they're struggling with becoming irrelevant in your life. Third card, and I literally got goosebumps because the Ten of Pentacles just revealed itself. And this is not about material wealth the way people would expect. This card is showing me legacy and how your recent actions have set you up for generational impact that extends far beyond just making money. This long-term vision you're building is driving someone absolutely insane with jealousy because they're still thinking in short-term, small-scale terms. The Ten of Pentacles represents the completion of a material cycle, but more importantly, it represents the foundation you're laying for something much bigger than just personal success. You're building something that will benefit your family, your community, future generations. And this expansive thinking is something this jealous person cannot comprehend or compete with. This card is revealing that while other people were focused on quick wins, instant gratification, and short-term gains, you were quietly building something sustainable. You were making decisions based on long-term consequences. You were investing in your future self. You were creating systems and structures that would continue generating value for years to come. The jealous person watching you is someone who chose the quick path, the easy route, the immediate payoff, and now they're watching you reap the benefits of patience, strategy, and long-term thinking. They're realizing that while they were celebrating small victories, you were building an empire, and this realization is absolutely destroying their peace of mind. But the Ten of Pentacles is revealing something even deeper about family and relationships. Your success isn't just individual achievement. It's creating security and opportunities for people you love. You're becoming someone your family can depend on, someone who elevates everyone around you, someone whose success creates ripple effects of abundance throughout your entire bloodline. This generational thinking, this legacy mindset, this ability to see beyond just your immediate needs is what makes you magnetic to opportunities and resources. The universe responds to people who think in terms of service and contribution rather than just personal gain. And you've crossed that threshold recently, which is why everything is accelerating for you so rapidly. The jealous energy around you is coming from someone who's still trapped in scarcity thinking, still competing over crumbs, still believing that success is limited and that your wins somehow diminish their chances. They cannot conceive of the abundance mindset you've developed because they're still operating from fear and limitation. Here's what the Ten of Pentacles is showing me about the next 6 months. Your success is going to multiply exponentially because you've built the right foundation. What looked like slow progress to outside observers was actually you constructing something unshakable. And now you're ready for the rapid expansion phase that will leave everyone shocked at how quickly everything comes together for you. Fourth card just revealed itself, and my hands are actually trembling because the energy is so intense. The Hierophant appeared, and this is not about traditional authority or following rules the way most people interpret this card. This is about you becoming a teacher and guide for others, and how your wisdom and experience are now being sought after by people who used to dismiss you. The Hierophant represents someone who has gained knowledge through experience and is now in a position to share that wisdom with others who are earlier in their journey. Taurus, you have become the person others come to for advice, guidance, and inspiration. And this role reversal is absolutely infuriating to someone who used to see themselves as your superior. This card is showing me that people are starting to introduce you differently in conversations. They're describing you as the expert, the success story, the one who figured it out, and this shift in how you're perceived socially is creating massive jealousy in someone who used to be seen as the accomplished one in your circle. The Hierophant energy reveals that your recent transformation wasn't just personal growth, it was initiation into a higher level of consciousness and capability. You've passed tests, overcome challenges, and gained wisdom that can only come through experience. And now you're naturally attracting people who want to learn from your journey. But here's what's making this person absolutely crazy with envy. The Hierophant shows that people trust your judgment now in ways they never trusted theirs. When you give advice, people follow it and get results. When you share your story, people feel inspired and motivated. When you speak about your experiences, people listen with respect and genuine interest. This jealous person is probably someone who always positioned themselves as the wise one, the experienced one, the one with all the answers. They built their identity around being the person others came to for guidance. But now they're watching you naturally step into that role through authentic achievement rather than self-promotion, and it's shattering their sense of purpose and identity. The Hierophant is also revealing something about authority that goes beyond just being successful. True authority comes from having walked the path, faced the challenges, learned the lessons, and integrated the wisdom. You've earned your authority through real experience, while this jealous person may have borrowed their authority from credentials, connections, or charisma without the substance to back it up. People can sense the difference between earned wisdom and borrowed authority, and they're naturally gravitating toward your authentic knowledge rather than their performance of expertise. This shift in who people look up to and listen to is creating an identity crisis for someone who's used to being the center of attention and influence. Fifth card and the energy just took another massive shift. Ace of Cups flowing onto the table. And this is absolutely not about new love the way everyone expects. This is about emotional mastery and how your ability to maintain inner peace and joy, regardless of external circumstances, is driving someone absolutely wild with jealousy because they're still controlled by their emotional reactions. The Ace of Cups represents a new beginning in emotional intelligence and spiritual development. You've learned to source your happiness from within rather than depending on external validation, circumstances, or other people's behavior to determine your emotional state. This inner stability is like a superpower that makes you unshakable and magnetic. This card is showing me that no matter what drama, chaos, or negativity other people try to create around you, you remain centered, peaceful, and focused on your goals. This emotional consistency is absolutely bewildering to people who are used to being able to push your buttons, create reactions, and throw you off balance. The jealous person watching you is someone who's still at the mercy of their emotions, still reactive, still allowing other people and external situations to determine their inner state. They're watching you navigate the same challenges they face, but with grace, wisdom, and inner peace. And they cannot understand how you develop this level of emotional mastery. But the Ace of Cups reveals something even more powerful about your energy field. When you walk into a room, you bring peace with you. When you're part of a conversation, you elevate the entire discussion. When you're present in a situation, other people feel calmer and more centered just by being around you. This is a rare gift that develops only through serious inner work and spiritual growth. This energetic influence you have on others is creating ripple effects of healing and elevation wherever you go. and people are starting to actively seek out your presence because they feel better when they're around you. This natural magnetism is something that cannot be faked, copied, or manufactured, and someone who's been trying to be the positive influence in their social circle is burning with jealousy, watching you naturally embody this energy. The Ace of Cups is also revealing something about creativity and inspiration. Your emotional clarity is unlocking creative potential that's been dormant for years. You're having ideas, insights, and inspirations that are leading to practical results and opportunities. This creative flow that's opened up for you is generating excitement and momentum in your life that others can see and feel. Here's what's really driving this person crazy, though. The Ace of Cups shows that your inner peace and emotional stability aren't the result of having an easy life or avoiding challenges. You've developed this mastery by facing difficulties head-on, processing your emotions completely, and choosing growth over comfort consistently. They've watched you go through tough times and come out stronger, wiser, and more peaceful, and they cannot comprehend how you turned pain into power. Oh my goodness. Members have been flooding my messages about experiencing this exact energy upgrade. They're describing this incredible sense of inner calm that persists even when life gets chaotic. This ability to stay focused on their goals even when other people try to create distractions, and this magnetic effect they have on others who are drawn to their peaceful energy. Sixth card appearing, and I need to catch my breath because the intensity is building towards something major. The Tower just crashed onto my table, and this is not about destruction or chaos in your life. This is about the complete collapse of the false narrative this jealous person has been telling themselves about you, about your capabilities, and about your future. The Tower represents sudden revelation and the crumbling of illusions that were never built on solid ground. Someone's entire worldview about who you are and what you're capable of is about to be shattered by undeniable proof of your success, your growth, and your potential. This card is showing me that within the next 3 weeks, something is going to happen that will make your transformation impossible to deny, dismiss, or minimize. The evidence of your evolution will be so clear, so obvious, so undeniable that everyone who doubted you will have to confront the reality that they completely misjudged you. The Tower energy reveals that this jealous person has been living in a fantasy where you eventually fail, where you prove them right about your limitations, where circumstances force you back into the smaller version of yourself they were comfortable with. But that fantasy is about to be obliterated by reality. Here's what the Tower is showing me about their psychology. They built their sense of security on believing they were more capable, more deserving, more likely to succeed than you. They constructed an entire identity around being ahead of you, above you, better positioned than you. Your continued success is systematically destroying every assumption they made about themselves and about you. But the Tower isn't just about their illusions crumbling, it's also about liberation. When false structures collapse, it creates space for truth to emerge. When limiting beliefs are shattered, it opens up possibilities that couldn't exist before. Your breakthrough isn't just your victory, it's proof of what's possible for anyone willing to do the inner work and trust the process. The Tower is revealing that your success is going to inspire a wave of transformation in other people who have been playing small, accepting limitations, and believing they weren't capable of more. Your example is going to give permission for others to pursue their dreams, leave toxic situations, and bet on themselves in ways they never dared before. This ripple effect of inspiration and empowerment you're creating is actually cosmic purpose. You're not just succeeding for yourself, you're succeeding to show others what's possible. You're not just breaking through your limitations, you're breaking through collective limitations that have kept people trapped in mediocrity and fear. But for this jealous person, watching you inspire others is even more painful than watching you succeed personally. They're seeing people look to you as an example, use your story as motivation, and follow your path to their own breakthroughs. They're watching you become the catalyst for positive change in multiple lives, while they remain stuck in the same patterns that have limited them for years, Seventh card and the air in the room just changed completely. Eight of Swords revealed itself, and this is definitely not about you being trapped or limited. This is about someone else's self-imposed prison of jealousy, resentment, and limiting beliefs that they've constructed around watching your success. The Eight of Swords traditionally represents feeling trapped, but in this reading, it's showing me how this jealous person has become their own jailer. Their obsession with your success, their resentment about your growth, their inability to be happy for you, has created a mental and emotional prison that's consuming their energy and blocking their own progress. This card reveals that while you've been breaking free from limitations and expanding into your full potential, they've been creating new limitations for themselves through negative thinking, toxic emotions, and destructive behavior patterns. They're literally sabotaging their own opportunities because they're too focused on resenting yours. The Eight of Swords is showing me that this person spends hours analyzing your success, trying to figure out what you did differently, looking for flaws in your approach, searching for reasons why your success isn't legitimate or sustainable. This mental obsession is preventing them from focusing on their own growth and opportunities. But here's what's really tragic about the Eight of Swords energy. The prison this person has created is entirely mental and emotional. They have the same access to opportunities, resources, and potential for growth that you do, but their jealousy has blinded them to possibilities right in front of them. They're choosing to stay stuck because acknowledging your legitimate success would require them to take responsibility for their own choices. This card is revealing something profound about the psychology of jealousy. When someone chooses envy over inspiration, resentment over motivation, and criticism over self-improvement, they literally imprison themselves in a reality where other people's success feels like their failure. They create a zero-sum worldview where your winning means they're losing, and this perspective becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The Eight of Swords also shows me that this person has convinced themselves they're the victim in this situation. They've created elaborate stories about how unfair life is, how you got lucky, how you had advantages they didn't have, how the system is rigged against them. These victim narratives give them permission to stay stuck while blaming external circumstances for their lack of progress. Here's what breaks my heart about this energy, though. The Eight of Swords reveals that liberation is available to them at any moment. They could choose inspiration over envy. They could use your success as motivation for their own growth. They could celebrate your wins and focus on creating their own. But they're addicted to the familiar pain of resentment because taking responsibility for change feels scarier than staying trapped in familiar suffering. My private community has been discussing this pattern extensively because so many people recognize this dynamic in their own lives. They're seeing friends, family members, colleagues who respond to their success with jealousy instead of celebration. And they're learning that this reaction reveals more about those people's relationship with their own potential than it does about the success itself. Eighth card, and the energy is building to something absolutely explosive. Justice just appeared, and this is not about fairness or balance in the traditional sense. This is about cosmic correction and how the universe is about to deliver consequences and rewards that perfectly align with everyone's choices, actions, and intentions. Justice represents the law of cause and effect operating at the highest level. Every choice you've made in alignment with your authentic self, every risk you've taken in service of your growth, every moment you chose courage over comfort is about to be rewarded in ways that will shock everyone who doubted you. But justice is also revealing that every choice this jealous person has made from envy, every action they've taken to undermine or diminish you, every moment they chose resentment over inspiration is about to generate consequences that will force them to confront the true nature of their character. This card is showing me that within the next month, there's going to be a situation that reveals everyone's true motivations, authentic character, and genuine intentions with absolute clarity. The mask will come off, the pretenses will fall away, and everyone will see exactly who has been operating from love versus who has been operating from fear and jealousy. Justice energy means that your integrity, your authenticity, Your commitment to growth and service will be vindicated in a public way that removes any doubt about your character or your worthiness of success. People who questioned your motives will see undeniable proof of your genuine intentions. But for this jealous person, justice means their hidden resentments, their secret sabotage attempts, their private criticisms and judgments are about to be exposed in ways that reveal their true nature to everyone around them. The universe is creating situations that will force them to show their true colors. Here's what justice reveals about cosmic timing. Everything you've experienced, every challenge you've overcome, every test you've passed has been preparation for this moment of recognition and elevation. Your character has been forged through difficulty. Your wisdom has been earned through experience. And your success is the natural result of aligned choices. The Justice card is also showing me contracts and agreements both seen and unseen, legal opportunities, business partnerships, formal recognition, official acknowledgments are coming your way because you've proven yourself worthy of trust and collaboration at higher levels. But justice reveals that this jealous person may have been violating trust, breaking confidences, or acting in ways that violate both spoken and unspoken agreements in relationships. These violations are going to have consequences that affect their reputation and their relationships with others in your shared circles. The most powerful aspect of justice in this reading is that it represents deservingness. You deserve every good thing that's coming to you because you've done the work, made the sacrifices, maintained your integrity, and stayed true to your values even when it was difficult. Your success is not luck, it's earned. Comments are absolutely erupting because people are feeling this justice energy building in their own lives. They're recognizing the cosmic fairness that rewards authentic effort and integrity while exposing jealousy and sabotage for what they really are. Final card, and I am literally shaking because the energy is so powerful. The world just completed this reading, and this is not about completion in a simple sense. This is about mastery and how you've achieved a level of success and fulfillment that represents the completion of an entire life cycle and the beginning of something even greater. The world represents the achievement of a major life goal that seemed impossible when you started the journey. You've not only reached the destination you were aiming for, you've discovered capabilities within yourself that you didn't know existed. You've become someone you barely recognize from who you were when this journey began. This card reveals that your success isn't just personal achievement, it's cosmic achievement. You've fulfilled a soul contract, completed a spiritual assignment, and graduated to a level of consciousness and capability that positions you for even greater service and impact in the world. The world energy shows that you're now operating from a state of wholeness that integrates all aspects of your being. Your spiritual growth supports your material success. Your emotional mastery enhances your relationships. Your mental clarity guides your decisions, and your physical energy sustains your momentum. You've become an integrated, authentic, powerful human being. But here's what the world reveals about this jealous energy around you. They're not just jealous of what you've accomplished, they're jealous of who you've become. They're watching you operate from a state of inner completion, confidence, and authentic power that they've never experienced themselves. The World card shows that you've learned to source your sense of worth, purpose, and fulfillment from within rather than depending on external validation, comparison with others, or achievement of specific goals to feel complete. This inner wholeness makes you unshakable and creates a magnetic field that attracts opportunities, relationships, and resources naturally. This jealous person is still dependent on external circumstances for their sense of self-worth. They need to feel superior to someone to feel good about themselves. They need others to fail for them to feel successful. They need drama and competition to feel alive and engaged. Your self-contained fulfillment is bewildering to them because they can't understand how someone can be happy without needing to diminish others. The world also represents influence on a global or universal scale. Your success is creating ripple effects that extend far beyond your immediate circle. People you've never met are being inspired by your story, learning from your example, and finding courage in your courage. You've become a beacon of possibility that illuminates the path for others. But the most profound aspect of the world in this reading is what it reveals about cycles. You've completed one entire cycle of growth and achievement, but this completion is actually the beginning of an even greater cycle. You've mastered one level of the game, and now you're ready for challenges and opportunities that exist at a completely different scale. The jealous person watching you is still stuck in the same cycle they've been repeating for years. They haven't learned the lessons, made the changes, or developed the character necessary to graduate to the next level. They're watching you ascend to new heights while they remain trapped in patterns that no longer serve them. My exclusive members community has been experiencing this world energy en masse. They're describing this incredible sense of completion and fulfillment, combined with excitement about possibilities they couldn't even imagine before they reached this level of personal development and achievement. The energy coming through right now is absolutely electric. Every Taurus watching this knows exactly what I'm talking about because you've felt this completion energy. You've sensed the jealousy around you, and you've been wondering what comes next after achieving something you've worked toward for so long. Here's what all these cards together are revealing about the next 3 months of your life. The jealous energy around you is going to intensify as your success becomes even more visible and undeniable. But this jealousy is actually fuel for your continued ascension because it confirms you're on the right path and operating at a frequency that triggers people who are still playing small. You don't need to manage other people's jealousy, fix their insecurities, or dim your light to make them comfortable. Your job is to keep being the amazing, authentic, successful version of yourself that you've worked so hard to become. Their emotional reactions are information about their inner world, not instructions for how you should modify your behavior. The universe is positioning you for even greater opportunities because you've proven you can handle success with grace, maintain your integrity under pressure, and use your achievements to lift others rather than putting people down. This character strength is rare and valuable, and the right people are taking notice. I had to turn off personal reading bookings yesterday because the energy has been so intense, and people are desperate to understand these cosmic shifts happening in their lives right now. The demand for clarity about these jealousy patterns and success dynamics is unlike anything I've experienced before. Within the next 6 weeks, you're going to receive recognition, opportunities, or acknowledgement that makes your transformation impossible to deny or dismiss. This validation will feel amazing for you, but it's going to send this jealous person into an absolute tailspin because it will shatter their last hope that your success was temporary or undeserved. Your response to their jealousy should be compassion without compromise. You can feel sorry for someone who's trapped in envy and resentment without allowing their emotions to influence your choices or dim your shine. You can wish them well without including them in your celebration or success story. The most beautiful part of this reading is that it reveals your success is just getting started. The World card represents mastery of one level, which qualifies you for challenges and opportunities that exist at the next level. You're about to discover what's possible when you operate from a foundation of authentic achievement and inner wholeness. Comments are going absolutely insane right now, and I can feel every single Taurus person who's resonating with this energy. You've been feeling the jealousy, sensing the shift, wondering if you're imagining the intensity, but you're not. This is real, this is building, and this is actually confirmation that you're exactly where you need to be. Subscribe now. If this reading gave you chills, validated your intuition, or confirmed what you've been sensing about the energy around you. Your future literally depends on staying connected to readings like this that help you understand the cosmic forces supporting your continued growth and success. The jealousy burning inside someone who's been watching your transformation is about to reach a breaking point where they either do their own inner work to address their insecurities, or they expose themselves completely by acting out in ways that reveal their true character to everyone around them. Either way, you win. Either they grow and become someone who can genuinely celebrate your success, or they remove themselves from your energy field by showing their true nature. Both outcomes serve your highest good and clear the path for even greater achievements ahead. If you want more of this high-level energy analysis and cosmic guidance, you know where to find me. Keep shining, Taurus, keep rising, and keep proving that authentic success, combined with genuine character, creates unstoppable momentum that no amount of jealousy can slow down.